Emergency alert for today. The Euro has become even stronger with the wind gusts gusting up to 60 miles an hour in our area. Extremely dangerous alert for today in this video. We're going to be talking about the damaging winds and that powerful squall line bringing potential severe weather and maybe even an isolated tornado threat across the Delmarva, Boston, and North Carolina has been upgraded to a slight risk with the 5% chance of tornadoes. We'll also get into that, but a major update. So let's get right into the Euro model. So basically we're gonna fast forward to tomorrow. So you just see some heavy rain overnight. Basically some of the yellows encompassing New Jersey, Long Island, southern Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania. Start to see a little bit of a low pressure develop near Virginia. Let me move this forward. Rain fills in, but as you can see, during 1 p.m., this squall becomes vigorous, and we have some very heavy thunderstorms starting to form across eastern Pennsylvania, eastern Maryland, eastern Virginia, eastern North Carolina. We're going to be watching a tornado threat as well. And then this dangerous squall line moves right through the New York City metro at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Holy crap, guys. You see that purple right there across Cape May County? Dude, that could have a supercell, a quasi-linear setup for maybe an isolated tornado or two. I would not be surprised anywhere across this line to see isolated tornadoes tomorrow. Dude, this is gonna be an insane event tomorrow. I don't know if I could cover it because I'm gonna be at school. Man, I really want to see this, but I don't know. Can this event please come a little bit later, like around 4-ish, 5? That'd be great, but like I don't think that's gonna happen now. I think it's more like 2 or 3, so I'm probably gonna miss it. So I'm gonna have to especially charge my iPad to get that footage tomorrow. But wow, what a photogenic squall line. I mean, just seeing reds, maroons, and purples. Dude, this is crazy. We move this on, and man, this squall line just becomes damaging throughout Connecticut, Massachusetts, eastern Long Island, 70 plus mile an hour wind gusts anywhere across the circle from eastern New Jersey to Connecticut to Rhode Island to eastern Long Island to Boston. You guys have the best potential to see some damaging winds. The squall line keeps continuing offshore. Crazy intensity still. Maybe some severe weather possible. And then this squall line finally exits the region, and we get really cold behind it with some pretty gusty northwest flow on Thursday, and the gusty winds still continue. Maybe some kind of little lake effect snow, but that's really it. So that's the event for tomorrow. And I want to point out that the Euro is showing some kind of crazy storm around Christmas time. I don't buy this at all, but we might have to watch out for it. So, I mean, some very crazy times ahead. Anyways, at that squall line, alright, man. The Euro is starting to agree way more now. And I'm telling you, there was that period in the morning where there was that weakening trend of the squall line. That's what usually happens a day prior to the event, where usually the event weakens a lot, and then all of a sudden, BAM! It just explodes out of nowhere. It's like, get out! So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it weakened, but obviously that's not the case because all the models are starting to agree on a very vigorous squall line. So all the models are on board with it. Let's check out the latest NAM 3K kilometer. 18Z, we don't have anything else. Oh man. So let me go back a little bit more. No, that's not a good interpretation. I mean, yeah, the NAM is starting to back off a little, but I think this is a little bit underdone. And I think the squall line could be much more vigorous. Again, you see that squall line across New Jersey, across eastern Virginia, Maryland, Delaware. eastern North Carolina, that's the greatest potential for tornadoes, and then the squall line keeps moving east. It wasn't as vigorous as yesterday, but I think it will become vigorous after the next run comes out. We just have to see how vigorous will it be. I think it will be quite vigorous. Squall line keeps moving east. There is a trend where it is a little weaker in New York City in general. I think the squall line could be much stronger, and I think it's a little bit underdone, in my opinion. So, I mean, we really just have to see how this shapes out, but this is one heck of a squall line. I will tell you that. So, it ain't looking good at all. So we pulled up the day 2 convective outlook for tomorrow, and we got a new marginal risk for all of the coastal cities of the Northeast. Boston, well, let me search that. Yeah, New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, not necessarily Baltimore and Washington. They're a little too far west for that damaging wind, but anywhere along the Jersey Shore, very extreme portions of East Virginia. And then we do have a slight risk for North Carolina. Watch this. A slight risk for North Carolina, including Virginia Beach and Myrtle Beach, Wilmington. And that does accompany with a 5% chance of tornadoes in that area. I think this tornado threat could potentially shift up even more to the Jersey Shore just because of how dynamic the squall line looks as well. So I wouldn't be shocked if we did get a 2% tornado threat into New Jersey. I really wouldn't be surprised. The wind, it stretches all the way up to the coastal Northeast, so that is a big threat. A little bit of a higher threat in, Wilmington and Virginia Beach. But again, I think the main concentration of this damaging wind, coastal Northeast and Jersey Shore for sure, and then hail less than 5%. So that's your shape up for tomorrow according to SBC. I mean, a slight risk. I mean, man, it's gonna be a big event if you see a slight risk in December for the East Coast. Man, that just doesn't happen. I mean, you just got a very powerful, vigorous negative PNA. I mean, negatively tilted storm. So obviously that's why you're getting that severe weather and damaging winds. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. So yeah. So taking a look at the wind a little bit more, we're gonna get into tomorrow a little bit more. We're gonna see a huge increase in this wind. Wait, let me go a little bit back. But anyways, you get this massive increase of wind. I mean, this is not even wind gusts. But you got a solid wind of 25 miles an hour hitting the Jersey Shore really hard. And just off the Jersey Shore, you got solid 40 sustained winds. This is just sustained winds, guys. This is really kind of crazy. I even see a 50 sustained almost in Long Island. I mean, this is really crazy stuff, if you want to believe it or not. But I think this part is where the most concerning wind is going to be. And 18Z will be around 3 to 4 p.m. So it does make sense of that squall line time frame. So 25 to 30 mile an hour sustained winds. That is pretty strong. And I will say that is honestly quite strong for this time of the year. For squall lines especially. So, man, it's just gonna be such an interesting time period tomorrow. I think we can solidly see it in Middlesex County, East Brunswick. I think we will see a time of when wind gusts really start to gust. And I think we'll start to see readings of 45, maybe even, who knows, 55 plus miles an hour. That is a huge possibility tomorrow. And I think it honestly could happen in reality. And also, how strong are those thunderstorms? If those thunderstorms become severe, they're likely going to gust over 55 miles an hour. So that's also another factor. How strong are these severe storms going to be? they could be quite vigorous. And I could tell you, someone in New Jersey could potentially see a 55 plus mile an hour wind gust. So really, really insane stuff. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow for probably an update. Actually, no. Tomorrow, we're going to be recording the storm. So no updates, but, you know, prepare now. This is a major, monster, dangerous, maybe even, who knows, maybe in a state of emergency storm type. So really start preparing your gear, all your food, all your water, making sure everything loose outside is, put in, because everything's gonna fly away if you don't, secure it enough. So really just prepare for this Wednesday storm. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Probably after the storm. We'll see if we do a little bit of an update before that squall line. We'll see how strong that is. I'll see you guys probably on Thursday. Maybe tomorrow. Slight chance. But I'll see you guys probably on Thursday. And we'll see how much damage this storm causes and how big of a squall line with thunderstorms this really comes to be.